I'm Dave Morton. This is Demos with Dave. The date is January 17th, 2024, and that's a silly picture of me trying to look cool, which I'm not. So I've been told if you're not cool, if you're not funny, don't try and be. And so that's the result that happens when you try and look cool when you're not. Uh, so a little bit about me and history of me. I'm the VP of Sales here at Agency Revolution. Been with Agency Revolution for 8 years. This is my mom and dad. I got into the insurance industry similar to the way a lot of us have through my folks. My dad was part of a firm in San Francisco called Woodruff Sawyer. He was the fourth employee, joined as a 23-year-old producer, ultimately went on to become a shareholder and a partner, and grew that business from 4 employees. When he retired 50 years later, there were 450. Just the compound, I was grown up, drilled into me that the compounding nature of this business model is something that's totally unique and powerful. And so that's how I got into the insurance business. My brother still works at that firm and is a leading producer there. Cool. So the agenda for today, we're going to do a brief overview of Agency Revolution, and then we're going to spend the majority of the time in our products. And I'm going to be showing you, highlighting things that we think are super important in today's environment for how to help insurance agencies grow, things that will help you deliver value to your prospects and clients. And then we'll do questions at the end. So in the Zoom sort of control panel there, you've got a Q&A section. Please feel free to fire questions in there, and I'll deal with them at the end. We're going to go for about 45 minutes here. So a condensed Agency Revolution overview. We've been at this for over a couple of decades here, and we're laser focused on how to help independent insurance agencies grow. We believe in the independent channel, and we believe it's the best place for both businesses and individuals to have the right coverage. And we also understand that as independent insurance agencies, you are by nature a middleman, right? You've got, on the one side, you've got carriers, then you've got yourself in the middle, and then you've got your clients on the other side. And being a middleman is okay, right? As long as you're continually delivering value throughout that chain. Once you stop delivering value and all you do is end up transacting business, then you start to lose value and can be replaced with modern technology. That's not going to happen. There's been many attempts to try and replace the agent, and it just has been unsuccessful for a long time now. And we think independent agencies deliver an immense amount of value, but you are faced with a lot of different challenges. So we'll talk through those challenges and how we at Agency Revolution are laser focused on helping you overcome the challenges that are facing independent agencies today. So here's what I think are some of the major challenges facing independent agencies today. Number one is the hard market, right? And the hard market is causing a couple of things. It's causing you and your staff to spend a lot more time on every single renewal. It's escalating the price conversation. So if price was an issue prior to the hard market, it's especially an issue now. I know from my own experience, as I pay my mortgage, my monthly fees went up. It was based on 2 things. My homeowner's insurance went up, but also my taxes went up. But it's like, man, I want to reduce costs. And so, I'm asking my agent to find me the best price, but that puts a lot of strain on independent insurance agencies. And it's stressing your resources, especially in terms of time. And then finding staffing is a hard part of this as well in the hard market. So that all I've wrapped into the hard market. We'll talk about how some of our tools and solutions can help you address those things. The next challenge that I think is facing independent agencies is that consumer preferences has changed. I don't care if you're in a small town, if you got mostly older clientele, if it doesn't matter. the way that people want to transact business today has changed from, sitting down over a cup of coffee or, bringing their payments to your office to a more 24/7 digital type experience. That doesn't mean the relationship is any less important. It just means that you have to give people options for how to do business in a modern way. And again, we'll address that. And it's not to say, even if you do have people coming to your office to give you payments and and things like that, there is this portion of your book, and it will be transitioning more and more and more as time goes on to wanting to have options. The third bullet point here is this is both a volume and a relationship business. So what I mean by that is the economics of an independent insurance agency would state that you need an awful lot of clients in order to have a successful agency, and every single client wants a personal relationship with you. So that creates a challenge. How do I deliver personal relationship at scale? And it's a very difficult thing to do. Again, we'll discuss that as we go into our solutions. And then finally, as new entrants into the insurtech space are coming in to try and help agencies, it's gotten very, very complicated. What does my tech stack need to look like in order to deliver this modern experience, in order to help my prospects and clients understand the value that I bring to the business beyond just transacting and being that middleman? How do I bring value to the table? And there's so many different pieces of technology now that an independent insurance agency has to manage. Our philosophy here is we need to simplify, and we'll talk through that. But we think, other than maybe your utilities, what an independent insurance agency needs is your management system, obviously, and there's some great options out there, and then a set of solutions that help you deliver value to your prospects and clients. You can call that marketing. You can call that value delivery. That is what we do, and we think we've got a solution that would help you simplify your tech stack, where you have your management system and you have agency revolution, other than your utilities like internet, phone, and some of these mandatory things. That's what you need to run your agency. And I'll try and make that case as we go through the next few slides here. So to kind of set the stage in terms of how we look at an independent insurance agency, we're running on what we call an A-core marketing model. And so this is just our effort to simplify the things that an independent insurance agency needs to do in order to be successful. It's all about client count, and it's all about delivering value to your prospects and clients. And so this acronym, attract, convert, optimize, and retain, we think agencies need to have systems and processes in place to run each of these disciplines consistently over and over and over again, without having to constantly put manual workload behind it or manual force behind it. And so attracting is all about presenting a great online presence. Converting is getting them to raise their hand and say, yes, I want your help. Can you please help me? Can I get a quote from you? Can you help? Can you assess my risk situation? And then Fuse on the back end is about optimizing and retaining your existing client base. And so making sure that the value that you deliver as an independent insurance agency doesn't stop at the sales process and then pick back up at the renewal, but you've got touch points throughout where you're delivering relationship and your insurance expertise. So the two solutions that map to this A-core model are Forge, which is our website solution, and Fuse, which is our client engagement solution. And we'll walk through those things today. Cool. Enough of the slideshow here. This is we're going to dive into Forge first, and then we'll jump over to Fuse, and we'll be in the live technology. So these are the core features, the core things that we think need to be present on a modern website. So you need to look amazing. You need to stand out with style. We need a way for you to be found by people, and and we'll talk about how the Forge solution helps you be found, especially in your local marketplace. And then the website needs to be more than just something that sits on the web and doesn't do anything beyond be a placeholder. It needs to help you sell more, and then it also needs to help you deliver exceptional service. This goes back to a point I made earlier in regards to your clients want options for how to interact with you, and your website should provide some of those options. So I'm going to jump out of the slideshow here for a second. I'm going to go through each of these things in the actual tool. So I've got a couple of things to help me walk you through what our website solution includes. And what you're looking at right now is a fake website, a real website. Sorry, I get that backwards every time. Real website for a fake agency, and it includes a lot of the features that I'll show you. And I'll come back to this as we go through the demo. But I want to show you, first of all, some live sites. So let me start with YMI Insurance. This is a client of ours. This is our website platform, and I just want to walk you through how we're helping them look amazing and stand out with style. And so as I scroll through here, you can see they've got a modern design, a modern way of interacting with them. Of course, this is mobile responsive, but it tells their story very, very well on the homepage. They've included a video that they produced, and then they've got a little bit about their story. They've got their various locations, how to connect with them on social media. It's just a modern experience as you scroll down, how to get service from the agency. And so just one example of how we're helping one of our clients stand out with style. Another one is Southern States Insurance. One thing here you'll see is a feature of our websites is called Power Panels. And on the left-hand side, they have different things popping up. It doesn't control the entire screen and mess with the experience, but they've got client reviews. They've got things popping up that are local charities and different things that they support that they want you to know about. And so this starts to give visitors to this website credibility the second that they log on. And so you can see their friendly faces there, a little bit about their agency, a little bit about them, and you can see all the wonderful people that are involved in this agency, a little bit about their process. And again, it's just a modern design that helps articulate where they deliver value to their clients. We'll talk more about the content that's on here as well. Cool. One other example I'll show you is the Hallman Agency. These guys are out of Pittsburgh. Again, you can see their reviews popping up here in the left-hand corner. They're going with the bridge theme being from in Pittsburgh. And again, just standing out and looking amazing. You've got the option to really customize this website the way that you want it to look. Okay, so let's dive into the next piece here, which is how do we help agencies boost sales? So one of the things that you'll see here is this clickable coverage graphic. We've got a ton of clickable coverage graphics here in Pittsburgh. They wanted to highlight the watercraft coverage. And as I see these yellow dots, as a visitor, I can come and click on these things, and it'll tell me the risk factor and the potential solution in the form of coverages and risk mitigation strategies for those different things that people should be thinking about. And so if I come back to my demo website, I can show you that not only is it for watercraft, but we've got some of the basics ones like home, but we've also got a ton of different industries in here. So auto insurance, condo insurance, specific carrier type coverages, all the way through. We've got coverages that address most of the niche markets that independent insurance agencies are going after. Why is this important? It's important because if I'm, say, a winery and I'm looking on your website and I see there's content specifically tailored to me, then I'm going to say, okay, this agency's got some expertise. They understand the world in which I'm living, and they are experts in the types of risks that I'm facing. This is an agency that can service my needs. So clickable coverage is a super important thing. The other thing in regards to content is just the vast amount of content that we have. And so when you come to, say, any of these pages, it's not just, hey, we do auto insurance. Do you want a quote? We're trying to educate folks on the different pieces of coverage that they should be thinking about when it comes to any of the types of coverages that you're an expert in. The next thing I want to highlight is I'm going to come back to the homepage of my demo site here. Something called Hello Producer. Most producers in agencies probably ignore the website altogether, and I think that's a missed opportunity. Where producers can use the site is if they actually enter in something that we call Hello Producer, and so I've added this hashtag Dave M, and look what happens when I refresh the page. My information shows up here in the bottom right-hand corner. The phone number goes to my direct line. If someone were to fill out one of these calls to action, it would come to me and I would be credited with that person. So what does that do to your producers now when they go out and call on their centers of influence out in your local marketplace? If I'm a producer right now, I'm calling on CPAs, lawyers, real estate people, car shops or whatever, and I'm saying, hey, if you have anybody that has any kind of insurance need, I'm your person. And by the way, send them here, and they'll deal with me directly. And as a producer, I would be using this page that it's the entire web page, but now with that little hashtag Dave M, we call this Hello Producer. Anywhere that I navigate on this page, they're going to see information that can connect them directly to me. And if they fill out one of the forms, like I said, it's going to come to me. So turn your website into a tool that your producers can use to go out and deliver a modern experience and help your agency really connect with the people that they're trying to connect with. The next thing I want to highlight here is something that we call video proposals. So again, trying to connect with people in a modern way. Video proposals is something that we've created to help it be easier to do business with an independent insurance agency. And so if I come in, I'm going to pull up the dashboard behind the scenes here. Oh, actually, I already had it loaded. So as part of our website is our dashboard. The dashboard highlights all of the key features that we have going on here within our website platform. Hello Producer, you can see it's going to show me all of the different views, but video proposals, if I come into video proposals, what this allows a producer to do is simply click add a video proposal. It's going to then walk them through a series of prompts that makes it very easy for them to share a quote with somebody. It creates a password protected page on your website, and then your producers can deliver that to their prospects and say, hey, here's the quote. Here's some of the assumptions that I made. Here's why I've recommended these types of coverages. Consume this on your own time and let me know if this is something that you'd like to move forward with. Delivering a modern experience and setting the stage for what it's going to be like to do business with you. Awesome. So a couple of tools there in regards to helping you sell more. So again, in review, it's clickable coverage. It's Hello Producer. It's video proposals. It's great content. One piece of content I want to highlight here is we've got a robust library of videos that you can use. And so I'm on the Insurance Lab New England webpage, and as I scroll down, This is on their commercial liability page, but I've got this great video. This is from our video library. And if you were sitting here with me, you'd be hearing the audio that comes along with this. But it's just a great way to pull people in, educate them on the type of coverage that they're looking for, and highlight the fact that you're an expert and engage them so that they think, okay, yeah, I want to do business with this organization because they get me, and then we have clear calls to action. Great. Okay, so going a little bit beyond just helping you sell more, helping you look amazing, helping you get found. Now that you've got a client, how does your website help you with your existing clients? All of our sites have the option to include a service center. So in the service center, we've got all of the major types of requests that you're going to get coming in. So we're going to get, report a claim, pay a bill, request auto ID card, request certificate, request policy change, do a policy review. And all of these things are designed to give your agency a 24/7 feel for the modern consumer. Some of these things are simply, forms that they can fill out, and then you can put that into a workflow for your service staff to deal with that when they get into the office. But other types of things would then connect them, say, with the different carriers that you represent. So if I'm in our service center and I say, okay, I want to pay a bill, and let's say there's a couple of different things that you can do here. You can connect it to any of the major carriers that you represent and link out to those pages directly. Or if you had like a ePay policy or one of the other payment providers, you can embed that type of technology directly here or link out to it. And so a lot of our clients will do that. Same goes for the portals that some of these management system providers offer as well. So if you wanted to link out to, say, InsureLink from Vertafore or CSR24 from Applied, or the EasyLinks version of those things, you would have the ability to easily link and embed those different pieces of technology that you use to deliver value to your clients, include that in your web presence so that your clients get trained to come here as a way to get value from your agency. So hopefully that highlights a few things in regards to our website solution that are unique. We understand this industry, and we've built this from the ground up to include all of the things that an independent insurance agency needs to deliver value to both prospects and clients. Now, once you do have a client on board, how do you, outside of the website, continue to deliver value to them? And that's where our Fuse solution enters in. And so I'll cover one slide on what our Fuse solution does, and then we'll go into a live demo of that for the next 15 or so minutes. So inside of Fuse, what's going on here is we're laser focused on helping you deliver two things to your clients and prospects. It's your value, and we think that it boils down into two subpoints. One is your insurance expertise, and number two is your relationship that you're able to offer. That's how you beat, the big names that are out there that are spending a lot of money on trying to transact business directly with the consumer. You beat them with your insurance expertise, and you beat them with your relationship that you're able to deliver. The problem that most agencies face, this goes to the volume business and relationship business, is that there's times throughout a client's life cycle when they're should be hearing from you, but you just most times can't get to those people because there's hundreds or sometimes even more than that happening in a daily life of an insurance agency, that it's just too much to get to. And so what we've created Fuse to do is help you deliver proactive communication that's personalized and relevant to each and every single one of your clients. The way that we do that is we grab data from the management system. And we work with all the major providers. I've mentioned Applied, Vertafore, Hawksoft, NASA Eclipse, Sanitech. There's probably a few on there that I'm missing. If you have a management system, the likelihood that we integrate with it is high. So we're grabbing that data, we're looking at that data, we're analyzing that data, and we're doing three things with it. Number one is we're figuring out the best times for you to communicate with your clients based on events that are happening in their life cycle. We call that trigger points. So some examples of that would be they become a new client, they have a claim, they're coming up for renewal, it's their birthday, they add a policy, they drop a policy, they cancel all their policies. You can think about all these events that are happening. Let's say you have 2,000 clients, literally hundreds of these events are happening on a daily basis. Why not think through what you want to say to clients when those events happen and have that communication automatically triggered? That's what Fuse does. That's what our trigger points is all about. I'll show you some examples of that. The next thing is really helping you analyze your book and identify people that have an opportunity for cross-selling. And then not only identify those people, but take it a step further and implement a systematic communication strategy that engages them with somebody in your office that can assess their needs and provide a quote. And then the final thing here is broadcast messaging, the ability to send a blast message to everybody in your book or a subset of your book. Just commercial lines, just personal lines, just people in a certain region, just people with a certain carrier, just people with certain policies. And so the ability to slice and dice data and then send out a blast message is a key feature inside of Fuse. Let's take a look at this and why this is different from anything else out there that you may have seen in the past. So jumping right into Fuse, couple of things. Because we're getting that data from the management system, we decided to display that in a way that helps you provide some analytics into what's going on with your book of business. So we break down by percentage the lines of business that make up your overall book. And then we can see some key metrics: new business written in the last 30 days, agency premium in whole, policies in force, what's my average premium per client, how many emails do I have? These things are sometimes difficult to get out of these management systems, and so we want to display that to you, give you trend lines here. So if I were to click into any one of these things, you would be able to see the history of where that's going. So if you wanted to see, man, how much am I growing year over year? How much is my premium going up? How much is my client count going up year over year? We track that for you and can give you a trend line that shows you how you're doing. Now, let's jump into the meat and potatoes of this Fuse platform. And I'm going to drive straight into custom campaigns. And so what I'm showing you is I've set up my demo account. If I were running an independent insurance agency, I might have this set up something like this. I want to have communications in place for prospects, maybe people I've quoted that have never become a client, and I want a series of follow-up messages going out to those types of people. I want welcome kits for people that are in personal lines or commercial lines. We can even be more granular than that. Some of the agencies that we work with have a specific personal line or welcome kit based on the carrier that that person signed up to, and we can segment down to that and to deliver a customized experience. Account reviews for commercial lines and personal lines, and again, we can get even more granular than that. We can grab the policy expiration date and pull that in and send out communications leading up to a renewal. We can have systems and processes in place. Instead of thinking, oh, I should do some cross-selling, I should run a list, distribute that to my producers, and have them work those lists, why not have a systematic process where you're regularly identifying cross-selling opportunities and then engaging in that activity on a regular basis to deliver value to your existing clients and grow your business as a result. And so we've got that where we're automatically taking people from 1 or 2 policies to 3, 4, and 5. Think about that, what that would do in your agency across all of your clients if you were to able to get more revenue from your existing base. As we communicate more, we want to make sure that we're capturing how our clients feel about us. it's our philosophy that as you start to communicate, as you deliver your value as an independent insurance agency, that their feelings about you should go up the more that you deliver value. We'll measure that for you in NPS, and I'll dive more into that here in the coming minutes. But you should start to see an up and to the right trend. And you should be able to see by location, by employee, by any kind of factor, how those clients feel about you. And then we're not going to keep every single client that you have. And so some clients are going to make poor choices and they're going to leave because maybe they found a better price or whatever. We want to communicate to those people. And there's some clients you maybe just want to let them go. It's better to do business without those clients, but there's some clients that you want to win back. And so we'll help you do that in an automatic fashion. So as I jump into this, one of the key questions that I get is, do you have content to help us in each of these different scenarios? So the answer is absolutely yes, we do. This is our content library. It's very robust. As I scroll down here, there's lots of different times throughout a client's life cycle when they're going to want to hear from you. Let's look into the specifics of one of these. Let's take a very simple example. Let's go into a personalized welcome kit. And we'll customize this campaign. So we've got content out of the gate that you can just launch. You push a button and it's gone. You can do what I'm doing right here, which is spending some time to customize it. So what's happening, if you look at this in other words section here, it's looking at people that, because we're getting a regular flow of data from the management system, this is true automation. We're looking for active personal lines customers, and then we're looking for people that are a new customer. And then if that happens, then they're automatically triggered into this series of communications. In this case, we're starting out with a text message. We're going to wait for a few hours, send an email, wait for a couple of days, send out the second email. Same thing on to the third email here in this sequence of communications. All of this is customizable. You want to change the wait time, you want to change the messaging, you are in total control. And I can show you an example of that. As we dive into the actual email, you've got the ability to drop images in. You've got the ability to let them know which specific policies you're emailing about. And again, all this data flows in because we have the management system data flowing in. You can add videos. Pretty robust in terms of the types of things that you can add to these email communications. One other thing that I think is really important to highlight is these are communications that are coming from an individual in your office that's responsible and has a relationship with that client. You can choose that from the management system, whether it be the CSR, the producer, any of the servicing roles that you may have in your management system, or if you want it to come from a specific employee. Some of our clients will have the first welcome message come from the primary principal saying, hey, welcome to the agency. We're going to take good care of you, etc. The key there, though, is that it shows up inside of a client's inbox exactly as if you had typed it up from your normal email inbox that you send emails from every day. If that client receives that email and sends it back, sends a reply back, it goes back to that normal email inbox that you check every day. So in that example, this is an example of a trigger point. And now, once I've got this set up, every single personal lines client that's a new customer will receive this series of communications. So if we come back here to this custom campaigns, the same would be true of any other types of trigger points, pre-renewal messages, claims messages, birthday messages, lost client messages. All those are set up in a similar fashion that our team walks you through and helps you get set up as you become a new client of ours. The next thing I want to show you here is just the ability to segment and hyper segment to get really specific messages. With this tool, and I can't say this enough, it's designed so that your clients look at the communications that they're getting and they think, wow, Dave Morton at Morton Insurance Agency just sent me an email because they were looking at my account specifically, and the content in this email really calls out my specific relationship with that agency. So I'm going to open this email. I'm going to look at it. I'm going to reply to it if it's asking me for a call to action. So real quick, we've got most of the major segments built out, but we've also got an advanced section where you can really filter on any data point that comes over from the management systems. And again, that's coming in automatically. But let's just look at a simple cross-sell example. So on the last one, I did a personal lines example. Let's do a commercial lines example. I want to look for accounts that have general liability but do not have cyber. All your policy types would be here. And so when I hit select, I hit OK. It's going to drill down. I went kind of fast there, but basically I want to target it. It says I want to target accounts who have general liability but do not have commercial cyber. I back out. I'm apparently an expert in my demo database of selling cyber because I've only got 2 accounts that match that criteria. But now I've got this list that's dynamic, meaning as we get more data from the management system, it is populating this with people that come in new to the database that match this criteria. It's also removing, let's just say I sold Herman LLC a commercial cyber and privacy liability policy. They would be removed from this list. It's dynamic. And once I have this list, this segment, as we call them, you can do a couple of things. Create an automated sequence. So let's just say in a live agency on a cross-sell example, you might have 1,000 accounts here. You don't want to blast those people out all at once. You want to tie that to some date in their relationship with you. Maybe it's a renewal date on their existing policy where it makes sense to bring up, hey, I was reviewing your account with us, noticed a couple of things in regards to coverages we ought to talk about. And you can trigger it off of that specific date in your management system. You can do a blast email if you'd like, and you can also send a postcard. So emails, text messages, postcards, and then actually manual steps for your producers to reach out if you want to include a manual step. Those are the ways that we're triggering communications inside of this Fuse system. And so as we communicate more, a couple more minutes here, and then we'll dive into questions. So populate some questions in there. As we communicate more, we should start to feel from our clients that they're receiving more value from us as an agency. And so part of the NPS survey, Net Promoter Score, if you're not familiar, is the 1 to 10 survey that says, how likely are you to refer this service to a friend or colleague? And it's a 1 to 10, 9s and 10s being promoters, 8s and 7s being passives, and 6 and below being detractors. And so we'll calculate your NPS score across your entire book of business, but then you have the ability to drill down by specific employee. If you have multiple locations, you can drill down by location, and you can compare that against a benchmark, and then you can compare that against people that are other agencies that are inside of Fuse, and you can compare that against the industry average. You can see how that trends over the last 9 months or so, and you should see that start to go up and to the right as you communicate more. Inside of our reputation management, we've also got the ability to drill down into specific responses that we're getting. So right now I've got this filtered down to detractors, those that haven't been reviewed yet. And so now I've got the ability to look in here. Oh man, we've got the Hearth Group. They're a monoline. They've been with us for 10 plus years, and they gave us a 1, and here's some of the things that they had to say about us. And so then I can come in here and reply. I can trigger a communication coming out of our system based on what they filled out. On the positive side, let's go to some happier places here. So on this side, then I can also trigger testimonials. You remember from our website solution in the bottom left-hand corner, You had the ability to populate some reviews. This is what feeds those reviews. It can also feed Google. You can also put them into a referral campaign. Say someone gives you a 9 or a 10. You say, thank you so much. By the way, we grow our business through referrals. If you know of anybody that would benefit from the same level of service and pricing that we've been able to provide you, reply and let me know how I can get into contact with them. There's lots of bells and whistles here when it comes to the different solutions that we offer, but let me peel it back out again as we're running up against our time. What we've designed our solution to be is something that allows you to deliver value to prospects and clients in a way that doesn't ask you to do a ton of work. Our staff, our team is designed to work with independent insurance agencies. We understand the forces that are you're up against, and so we take a methodology that we want to be an extension of your marketing firm, of your marketing, of your agency, the marketing arm of your agency, and we're going to help you build a great online presence that delivers value to prospects and clients. We're going to help you communicate with your existing book in a way that your existing clients know that you're paying attention and know that you're looking out for them, and we'll help you set this up to get this on this. This is a conveyor belt here. We want your agency to run like a conveyor belt without losing any of the personal touch. So again, a few of the highlights there, but we can go ahead and transition now to questions. As I do that, here's a QR code that will allow you to register for upcoming webinars. So on the 25th, we've got one that is centered on working with centers of influence. And man, that's how my dad, I mentioned my dad at the top of the hour, but that's how he grew his business. He worked with lawyers, CPAs, people that were influential, and developed deep relationships there. So we're going to talk about some of those things on the 25th. We're going to talk about benchmarking in February, and then we're going to talk about the Forge dashboard and go deeper there on the 15th of February. And then I went relatively quickly here, so please check it out. We've got a great team of people that are experts in independent insurance agency processes and business and marketing in particular. And so they can consult you on what set of solutions might be right for your agency. So scan that QR code, fill out the information there. You'll get in touch with somebody on my team that can walk you through whether or not one or both of these solutions might be a good fit for your agency. Let me go quickly to questions and we'll see what we got going on here. Cool, a couple of really good questions coming in. So let me kind of see which of these I can get to here just quickly. Hey, bear with me, working with the thing here. Great question here. So how do we know these emails will be delivered? How do we know these emails will be delivered? So this is different than most email marketing solutions where you're kind of blasting out maybe some sort of offer. We have these emails that just stack up in our email boxes and they go to the promotions folder, they go somewhere else. That's not what happens with our communications. The reason being, number one, it's coming from an individual in your office that has a relationship with that person. Number two, it's tied to most times a specific event that's happening in their relationship with your agency. And so it's specific to that client's account with you. And number three, we're not blasting them out 5,000 at a time. If, say, we're doing a pre-renewal type communication or a cross-selling communication that's going out and it's tied to a specific date in the management system that's specific to that client, we've got onesie-twosie emails going out on a consistent basis, which keeps it out of spam filters. We've got a 99.3% deliverability rate, and it's the way in which we help clients deliver value, not spam, through email. That's why. Do you have content for us? This is another great one that we covered, but Absolutely, we have content for you. We've got all of the major types of coverages on our website platform. You can customize that language as well. We've got most of the major types of events that happen in a client's life cycle where we've got workflows, multiple sequences built out around each of those. Find one that fits your agency or customize it for your agency. Cool. Those are good questions. Another great question here. The automation is only as good as the information inside of our management system. What do we do with that? So great question here. Yes, absolutely. Data quality, data management, data cleanliness is going to be an ongoing project in any business, including ours. And so one of the ways that Fuse can help you with this is by helping you filter down. For example, let's just say you wanted to collect more email addresses. Let's filter down to active accounts with no email address, and let's send them a text message or a postcard or trigger an internal communication as they're coming up for renewal to their account manager or CSR that says, this client's coming up for renewal and we don't have some key information. We'd like to communicate with them. As you reach out, would you please enter in their email address, their cell phone number, etc., into the management system? We have agencies that are taking this tool and using it as a data management tool to help run those lists down to zero. For example, active clients without email addresses, boom, let's get that as close to zero as you can. Okay, final question, and then we'll terminate the webinar is, will you guys help us? What's the setup look like? Absolutely. We have a great team of folks that care about independent insurance agencies and the value that you all bring to your clients. One of our missions is, man, through the agencies that we serve, we're also helping millions and millions of individuals out there with their coverages. And so our team is built around helping you get this set up in a way that's ideal and going to help you deliver value to your clients. The process is relatively simple, right? You sign up with us. We send you a questionnaire that asks some basic questions around what is it you're trying to accomplish. Our team goes off and does most of the work inside of the technology because we know of the pressures that you're being faced with. And then we come back to you and say, okay, here's what we've built. And it's the same process for whether we're building a website, whether we're building a communication, client engagement strategy for you. Based on your survey that you filled out, here's what we've built out for you. Are there any tweaks, or can we go ahead and launch this right out of the gate? We've got project managers, content people, and designers that are all laser focused on making you look amazing and deliver value to prospects and clients. So again, check out a demo that's personalized. We can laser focus in on the different pieces of technology or features that address your specific concerns in those. We can talk pricing, talk about our partnerships with most of the major carriers on the market. But thanks for your time. Thank you for being an independent agent. We believe in this channel, and we believe that the independent agency channel will just get better and better and grab more and more market share as time goes on. And so we wish you well. Thank you very much.